Morning from the bow cave. And so, let's see. They tell me today is Sunday, which means I have today and tomorrow off for mischief making in the old workshop. I have a new viewer. Woo! On YouTube, the goal is to have I want to reach 200,000 viewers and get 1,000,000 views, however that works. I guess because not everyone that watches subscribes. I want to get 1,000,000 viewers within a minute. That's not my goal here. In fact, if I was to analyze it psychologically and metaphorically, I think that I actually kind of don't want to have a lot of viewers. I like my cozy little group of bow people here. Most of you, I'm just going to jump out on a limb. I don't look at who watches I don't know who watches my videos. Not a whole lot, but I'm pleased with that. Probably been following me for years. We've got a relationship here going. And I had comments from a new guy. And one of them, and I think I can almost, because it's simple, remember the comment exactly. In reference to these two bows. I love having this one back. I really do. The Raven is very special to me. But to play with and shoot, even if it means working it down a little bit, I'm still enjoying the heck out of it. I mean, how can you not like holding this? But the comment was, those are gorgeous bows. That's all well and good, though, but how do they shoot? Which is perfectly fair. It's perfectly fair. Now, for my long-term viewers, you've seen me flight shoot these things. You might have seen that goofy video where my wife ran off to dinner, so I rode cardboard box down to the end of the parking lot at the preserve, and she comes walking up, eating her bowl of whatever, and it's like, what you doing? And I'm going to hit that cardboard box, or I'm going to try to hit that cardboard box down there at the other end of the parking lot. She's like, I don't care what you do. And so, first shot, it wasn't one of these things, shot after shot after shot until I get it just cold. I think it's called I Am John. This is my bow, paddle bow. Might have been a Raven bow. Hauled off 70 yards away. And she had time to say a little bit before, ting, hit the cardboard box. I do believe it was, I don't know what it was, a 65-pound paddle bow. And yeah, 28 inches, 27 inches, 65 pounds is very doable with this. You get to 29, it's not, because you're really overstressed on the limbs. But I hit over, I think it was 220 yards with one of these things. And as far as how does it shoot, that's a pretty open question. Speed-wise, I've never chronoed them. But when I go out and I flight shoot them and I can do 180 yards, that with a hunting weight arrow, that translates into enough FPS, to be extremely doable. To be able to hit a cardboard box at 70 yards, I'm assuming, they're accurate enough. With the heavier ones, you do feel a little, it's not like a jarring hand shock, but you feel it, especially with lighter arrows, but it's not bad. If you are not used to going around the handle bows, it would take some getting used to if you're used to like center shot shells. So it's an open question, but it was a fair question. Now, before I talk about other stuff, I'm going to finish this up. I have my little thing there at 27 inches. And I'm wondering, now, rawhide does not act the same as sinew. Does it act similar, though? Similar and the same. Two different things. And what I mean by that is I've never thought about that, because personally, as far as draw weight, I'm not particular. I make so many different kinds of bows, so many different draw weight bows. I'm just personally used to, my range is going from the bottom, like that little white cedar bow, 25 pounds up to 65 pounds, And so I personally haven't really given it much thought, but it's important. I'm not denigrating, besmirching. I want a bow at this draw weight. Not at all. I get it. You're used to something. You shoot better at that draw weight. More power to you. What you see with me is what you get. I'm not saying anything other than what I believe. Yeah. No, that's great. If I buy a bow, I'm searching around for a Howard Hill longbow. I wanted it that way. That's fair. But let's see. That is 27 inches. I've got me bow. I do really like this 2-loop string. You done sold me on it, Steven. I like 2-loop strings now. It's easier. And again, strings are like the tires on a car. You don't get rid of your 07 Silverado when you need new tires. No, they're a consumable object. I'm just horsing around. Let's see what it is here. And you could see that better than I could, how far I drew it back. It's 50 pounds. Let's try it again. But where I was going, I am practicing finishing my thoughts, is that with rawhide, if you were to just take a bow that sat around for a little bit, would it be a heavier draw weight? Well, I probably drew it back a little bit more. It's at 53 pounds. If you were to take a rawhide bow, let's sit, string it, and then measure the weight. Would it be one weight? Well, actually, 49 pounds. So I think we're good here. Would it be at one weight immediately, and then after it relaxed, it would drop like that? I strung it, and the weight dropped down a little bit, so it's relaxed. And I bet you dollars for donuts, because I saw it just now as I did yesterday. Same thing happened. After shooting it, drops down a little bit, unstring it, debrace it, let it sit. Does the rawhide go back a little bit? So then you do it the next day, like I just did. I just did it next day, right? It would be a little above 55 or 50 pounds, and then you shoot it a bit, then it drops down to 49. Done. Nailed my quarry. Unstring the bow, set it out overnight. It's above 50 a little bit. You shoot it a bit. You see what I'm saying? I've never thought about it. I've never scientifically tested it. This is a done bow now, Steve. But one thing, not to jump with a exclamation, but does rawhide recover a little bit? Not to the extent of sinew. If that fur ball, if that was a sinew-backed bow, and you let it sit in the sun for a month, this is reflex. It's going to go back, and it's going to be at a much higher weight. Then you shoot it and stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Weight drops down. Let it rest for a long time, or whatever, a week, a day and a half, 14 hours. The sinew starts going back. I'm blanking on the word. Recovery works. I wonder if, to some degree, which I've seen a couple days in a row, rawhide seems to work that way. But to a lesser extent than sinew. Oh, where I was going with that is I'm actually really happy that this bow was sent back to me, because now I've got 2 days. Count them, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can locate a place to flight shoot, because I want to flight shoot them. This is my bow. Nobody has purchased it, so I've got time for this. I want to flight shoot that sucker over 60 pounds. And I'm guessing if it doesn't hit 200 yards, that it'll be close. I want to flight shoot the Raven bow here at 50 pounds, plus or minus a few pounds. This is me thinking. I think I can do 175 yards. Which, you know, I could take a 50-pound bear grizzly recurve and it would go well beyond that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a wooden bow. Now, they do okay, my P-diddle bows. I want you to look at something. This makes me happy. What do you see there? What kind of bow do you see? If you didn't see this part, what are you looking at? This is part of my design scheme here. What are some of the fastest, and without recurving and stuff like that, self bows or rawhide back bows in existence in the universe? Pyramid bows. If I had a pyramid bow in this hand, and this bow in this hand, would you be able to tell which is which? Not so much. From here to here is basically a pyramid bow. What happens before then, bending starts here, let's say, somewhere in here, to this point where it stops getting bigger and then it goes pyramid-y, isn't of much consequence. This latter portion is pretty much a pyramid bow. Pyramid bows, if you're not so much into bows, would be the handle, and then it gets big, and then it's a triangle. And the taper really is no taper, just flat. And the speed probably is from weight distribution, whereas it's less tips, you know, than if it was just kind of parallel limb thing. This isn't like a pyramid bow in one respect, though. It doesn't go from the handle, and because it's wide here, no taper. This actually, it's kind of a complex taper. It gets thinner. This is the thinnest portion of the limb, and then it gets bigger. It's kind of a weird little thing. Very minute. This is the thinnest portion of the limb. Then it gets bigger. And then I've got a little kick at the tip. It's actually like this, because notice the thickness right here opposed to right here. It's complex design, and it took me a long time to do this, to get it where I feel that my paddle bows are correct. Now, this has nothing to do with the Raven bow. Don't read into anything. What you see is what you get. It doesn't have to do with the horse bows that I'm working on. It doesn't have to do with anything, you know, other than I want to experiment. I want to fool around with bows. And so I'm going to clear my pizza box. And I've had some requests here and there for stuff, but no commissions, no special orders for a little bit after I finish up my pizza box list. Because I want to do some things. I want to be like, remember before complex radio controlled cars, it was like, wow, look at that. You put the AA batteries in and this car bounces off of stuff, hits a wall, turns around and goes this way. That is going to be me. I will be that little toy car. One thing I want to do, I mean, this is actually kind of funny. This was, you know, a special request, but I consider it an experiment. This is white cedar. No, actually it's not. It's western red cedar, but white cedar and western, not eastern, but western red cedar. Basically the same thing. Making a paddle bow, lower weight, fire hardening. I would consider this as an experiment because I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's part of the thrill and excitement of bow making. Now these will work, but it's something I haven't done in a while. As I'm dragging this thing out. I cut this thing, I don't know, 2 years ago. This is Ulmus americana. Ulmus, it's white, or yeah, white. It's American elm, Americana. Ulmus america. And look how tall it is. I can make English longbow out of this. And you're saying they're all Pacific U, or no, Italian or Spanish U. All the English war bows were U. Well, they were also warring with woods that weren't U, because, on the Mary Rose, they were all U bows. But, that was Henry's boat. Probably to quote Heartbreak Ridge, the elite fighting force. And so they were U war bows. There was elm and ash and other war bows in existence. And this is not wych elm or wych elm or however you want to pronounce it correctly. If you want to pronounce it correctly, probably don't call it wych elm. W-Y-C-H. This is American elm. The wych elm, I'm just going to say wych elm, easier to pronounce than wych elm, would be more comparable to rock elm as far as jonka hardness and stiffness and stuff like this. American elm is down there, kind of near red elm. It's not a hard elm, but it's a good elm. It's a perfect elm. It's a beautiful elm. So I want to make, for my Halloween costume, because my wife is making me dress up, handing out candy, I want to be Robin Hood. So I need a longbow, and I'm going to use elm. And I'm also looking at this. I want a Howard Hill style longbow. What's the dynometer of this thing? At the top, oh, it's only 4 inches. And so how many bows can I get out of this? Safely, probably 4 bows. It's much bigger at the base, but I'm going to consider up here kind of middle, kind of betwixt the 2 dimensions. But yeah, I want to make bows out of this. It's longbow time. I go through phases. I'll be a horse bow. The only bows that exist is focus. The only bows that exist are horse bows. Then I go into the only bows that exist are paddle bows. Now, they all exist, right? But now I've added the only bows that exist, being hyperbolic here, are longbows. I want to get English war bow type of thing. And, that's kind of in a way, I don't know. It is and it isn't a misnomer. The English got their longbows from the Welsh. No, well, not really, because the Welsh got their longbows from the longbows that have existed for thousands of years. I want to make me some longbows. It's going to be cool. The irony is, I'm saying I want to make them for myself, but those things will sell. But I want to keep one of them for myself. In other news, I have no other news. I have nothing more to say. I've said it all. I'm just looking around here, and I still have that U stave that I ordered. Oh, check this out. I'm not sure about the quality of it because I've never bought wood from this fellow on eBay. But currently, I don't know if I should say this, but why not? I say I shouldn't say it because maybe you'll bid against me. There's a 72-inch long Pacific U stave on eBay, and it's almost nothing. I think right now it's $75 and $16 or $17 shipping. It's nominal for a 72-inch U stave, and it looks really good. It really looks good. It's straight. At the center, it's 2 inches. He said because he had, it's this dimension and thickness between this and this, which I'm assuming one end is one and the other. So I asked him in a message, hi, how thick is it at the middle? And he said, at least 2 inches. Good enough. Good enough. And so, yeah, $75 is worth the risk, plus the small shipping. You're not going to find a used stave. Maybe it's not the greatest, cut it down and make a flat bow out of it. You know what I'm saying? But he also has Osage staves. And from the pictures, they look pretty good. And they're dirt cheap. So after you watch this, eating your popcorn, go to eBay and type in the search U stave, and then hopefully you'll find this guy, U bow stave, and then go to sellers, all sellers items, and he's got like this little robot or something like this, but he also has a variety of Osage staves, and currently, you know, those are dirt cheap too, and the shipping is really reasonable. Now I'm done. I guided you towards the purchase of your next bow stave. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.